Hello. Hola, baby. How you doing? Get rid of that. I okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm existing. Hello, hello. I'm alright. How are you? I am doing good. Um, Hello, CCG, Dustin, Aisha, my baby girl over there, which his name is Anime. I have accent for no reason. Got to get a comfortable. Whoa, I almost died, but that would have sucked. Ah. If you can hear the fan going on in the background, I have no choice. It's so hot over here. Good to see you. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Emo. Everybody happy. Gorgeous TDN. I don't know about that, but hello, busy. How you doing? Alright, we're gonna get started here in a sec. I don't know the title of the video yet, but it's 3 home invasion stories. So that's good. One of them is from 1 year ago. One of them I think is 6 years ago, and the other one's 5 months. So 2 of them you might have already heard. You might have already heard all of them, but I'm gonna do them anyway. Meow. All right. Let's get started here in a sec. Just gotta make sure everything's good and you guys can see all this. Hails to the yeah. Alright. I don't know which one we're gonna start with first. We're just probably gonna go in order. Probably. Which one's the longest one so I can get that one out of the way first? This one seems to be the longest, so we're gonna do that one first. Alright. Make sure everything is all hunky-dory over here. And we're gonna get started. Let's get started. Yeah. But yeah, this is gonna be through the 3 true home invasion stories. Not to be confused with my Home Alone stories, which are probably gonna be similar because I think a couple of these are people being alone. But it has nothing to do with it. Don't worry about it. Alright. Lego my Egos. Why did no one tell me my mic sounded like that? That mic is crazy. Is that just the fan? What the fuck is that? I'm so lost. What the fuck? That's not just the fan, is it? Oh, that's why. Ah. Yeah, that makes more sense. No, I was using the wrong fucking mic. That's what it was. There we go. I figured it out. I am a cinnamon roll. I am cinnamon roll. In Mother Russia, cinnamon roll, it's you. Okay, we're going to get started. You know what I'm saying? You know, the fucking, my pajama pants have gotten stuck in under the wheel of my chair. It's stupid. I don't like it. I fixed it. Yes, yes. Thanks for everyone telling me that there was something wrong. Not. You guys are horrible. You're horrible at your jobs. They're very similar, though. Trust me, I know. I knew a Ukrainian lady for 3 years. Alright, we're gonna get started. Yeah, that should be no issue. Alright. Nom 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 nom. This happened to me about 2 years ago when I was 17. My family went out for the day to go shopping for food and I stayed home alone. I was in my room playing games on my PC with my headphones on, and I always keep my door closed. So after about an hour, I get up to use the bathroom. Both me, the bathroom, and my room are on the second floor, and our house at the time was a 2-story detached house in Fuck! Was a 2-story. Was a 2-story house. Was a 2-story detached house. Ugh. Was a 2-story detached house in West Belfast, Northern Ireland. I can't fucking do this. Was a 2-story detached house in West Belfast, Northern Ireland. So when I get back to my room, I remember closing the door and continuing to play games. About 30 minutes later, I go to check my phone, but I realize I left it in the bathroom. I get up to go get it, and notice my door is open slightly ajar. Now my house is drafty and I know the door is good and doesn't just open due to wind or whatever, so it catches me off guard. But my reasoning was probably just didn't... This person, whoever wrote this story, is horrible at writing things. Like, there's no grammar. Off guard. Off guard. I gotta zoom in. But I reasoned that I probably just didn't close it all the way and head out to get my phone. I come back and continue to play, making sure I close the door on my way back in. Sometime later, I hear my family come back home. I hear them bringing the first load of shopping into the kitchen and go out to the car to get more. When they come back and they call my name and I head downstairs. When I came down, I saw that the back patio door was lying wide open. They asked me I was... Wind open? That thing says fucking wind open. No! What the fuck? Oh, Audacity, eat my ass. Down, I saw that the back patio door was lying wide open. Where the fuck was I? They asked me I was... Oh my... They asked me was I out in the back at any point? Are you serious? Use fucking words properly, dude. Oh! They asked me if I was out of the back at any point while they were away, and I told them I hadn't been. We looked outside and saw one of the deck chairs was pulled over to a lower part of the fence, facing a small area of woodland letting into... We looked outside. We looked outside and saw one of the deck chairs was pulled over to a lower part of the fence, facing a small area of woods leading into another street. Obviously not where it should be. This shocked me. My mind raced with the idea of what the hell was going on. This is my own personal theory. Somebody had managed to get in, most likely through the back door they had went... I'm gonna punch something. Somebody had... Somebody had managed to get in. Most likely through the back door they had went to see if the house was clear. Went upstairs, opened my door, and saw me. They must have decided to wait downstairs for some reason. Maybe thinking I would leave or they would come. This story, by the way, voice crack, hard voice crack. This story is horribly written. I'm not reading the story. It's going to be 2 fucking stories. Sorry, but that is just, I'm not getting through that. Not happening. I just read, I read through the story, and, no. Nope. Nope. It'll take me 5 hours. Nope. If I can find another one after these 2 that I do, then I will. But right now, we're just going to do these 2. That's, I guess, why you don't pick the stories with 2 upvotes. To give you some background, I'm generally not easily scared. I like to stretch my mind and see how far I can go. Zombie nightmares, no problem. Scary movies, I watch them all. I did notice, however, that there's one thing that keeps repeating in my dreams. I'm terrified of home invasions. If I ever dream about someone uninvited in my house, I freeze. I can't move, I can't scream, I can't run. So I've been doing something... that was my fault. So I've been doing some thinking as to why that may be, and I figure out why. As a child, I lived in a fairly well-off town in Israel, right off the edge of it, that was separated from a not-so-well-off city by a large field. When I was about 5 or 6, I would sleep in my room with the door open so that I can see into my parents' room across the hall, since it made me feel safer. There would be this thing, though. I would wake up in the middle of the night for no particular reason and just stare at the doorway. Then after a few seconds, I would see a silhouette of a person passing by, sometimes pausing at the doorway for a brief second before continuing. It scared the shit out of me, and I would force myself to cry so that my parents would come and check on me. They never found anything and attributed it to bad dreams. This probably happened 4 to 5 times. About a year later, my parents woke up one day to find the drawers in my dad's desk completely out and empty. My dad asked my mom whether she messed around with them. Clearly, she didn't. We installed an alarm system. Honestly, with the alarm system, it was worse. One night I woke up again for no apparent reason. And a second later, this piercing sound rang through the house and wouldn't stop. I freak out, jump out of my bed, and look towards my parents' room. Just then I see a silhouette of a person sprinting across my doorway, down the hallway. By the time my parents got out of their bed, the person was already out of the house, leaving the large door to the house wide open. This happened 3 fucking times. We started getting preemptive. We got one of these motion sensors. I was doing so well. We got one of these motion sensors that played a recorded message when activated. My mom recorded a "Get out of here, you fucking thief" type message and put it next to the main door of the house. One night I wake up, again for no apparent reason, although I think I know why by now. And 2 seconds later I hear my mom's recorded message A few seconds. That's not where I was. That's not where I was. And 2 seconds later, I hear my mom's recorded message cursing at the thief. A few seconds later, I hear footsteps of someone running away. At least it worked. That was the last time that happened. When I was 13, we moved to another country. But would always go back in the summer to visit our extended family, and typically stayed at my grandma's. One of my favorite things to do is stay up late at my grandma's house in Tel Aviv, in the living room, and watch National Geographic. I fucked that whole thing up. I started talking like William Shatner. I went to the living room and I watched TV with my grandma after everyone went to sleep. One of my favorite things to do is in the living room and watch National Geographic after everyone went to sleep. Don't know why. I find it very relaxing. I was about 14, watching National Geographic at 2 a.m. And I get the fucking feeling that I don't know why they put fucking in there. I think that's just over-exaggerating. I'm not going to say that. And I get the feeling. That one that made me wake up when I was little. For no apparent reason. Except, I was awake. I concluded that it's probably nothing. But just in case, I put both of my hands up and middle fingered the whole room slowly. I figured if anyone was... That's funny. Sorry. I figured if anyone was watching me, they would have gone away after seeing that. I gotta redo that. I figured if anyone was watching me, they would have gone away after seeing that. So at around 3 a.m., I decided to go up to my bed on the second floor. But on my way there, I noticed my mom's bag is on the table. I consider moving it somewhere further away from the window in case someone wanted to grab it with a broomstick or something. I decided not to, because it's probably not going to happen, and what if she woke up, won't find it, freak out, and call the police? So I'm in bed, reading a book about ghosts. I was pretty spiritual at 14 and really wanted to believe. I say in my mind, okay, if you guys are real, give me a sign. And then the light flickers a little. Huh. That could be anything. I'm gonna need a bigger sign. And at that moment, I hear a large from downstairs. I come out of my room at the same time my mom comes out of her room and my grandma comes out of hers. They ask me why I'm making so much noise. I tell them that I'm not, and that I think that there's somebody downstairs. My mom tells me, nonsense. It must be just... Oh, that was good. That was good. It must just be... My mom freaks the fuck out and starts screaming things like, "Get the fuck out of here, you thief!" And just in general screaming in the direction of the first floor. After a few minutes she goes down, and granted, the window is broken, and the bag is gone from the table. And the bag... And the bag is gone from the table. Someone took it. With a broomstick. It's a Swedish mom. How you doing? Hello. Hello, Gibby. How you doing? To give you some background, I'm generally not easily scared. I like to stretch my mind and see how far I can go. With a broomstick. Num num. I need to hide it because there's things in there. I keep forgetting to move them. I need to hide you guys real quick. I'm sorry. Zoop. I'm sorry. I gotta... Hold on. I'm gonna make a folder right now. Sorry. Sorry. Story will be called Stalker Broomstick. There we go. Yeah. Wait, no. No. That's a... Gotta be a WAV. Gotta be a WAV. You know what I'm saying? Stalker Broomstick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Turunga Leela. That's Zap Brannigan. It's not kinky. It's never kinky. You shut up. You shut stupid. Alright, on to the second story. Nice. Get me my diary. You have to write something. Alright. It all started over a year ago, living in my current small neighborhood. It was unusually hot in our house for October, and my sister... It was unusually hot. Living in my current small neighborhood. It was unusually hot in our house for October, and my sister figured it'd be a good idea to keep her windows open for a bit of air. She was doing her homework and I was getting ready for bed when suddenly she burst into my room. She frantically says that she heard some noises outside. Sounds of leaves crunching under a person's steps. Fucking balls. You know? That's what I'm saying. I believed it to be an animal, so I walk her into her room and stay here for not more than 5 minutes. I believed it to be an animal, so I walk into her room and stay there for not more than 5 minutes until I hear leaves crunching. We quickly... Balls to the walls, you know what I'm saying? Balls to the fucking walls. Alright, let's get back into this. Until I hear leaves crunching. We quickly glance out the window only to hear the sound of something running away in the woods. But that wouldn't be the end of the story. During the winter, I enjoyed exploring the woods towards the back of my house, climbing trees and traveling further back into the fields. I remember the events very clearly. It had just snowed that night, first snowfall of the winter, and I was more than excited to head out there. I did so and climbed my usual tree to look out. I fucked that up. Cursory glance? Okay, I'll just say it then. I gave a cursory glance around me, and at the area when I noticed something strange. Footsteps leading away from my house. This wouldn't be weird as long as front of the foot... Mad. This wouldn't be weird as long as the front of the footsteps didn't end pointing straight away at my house. And the origin of them came... Oh my god, these fucking birds! Shut up! It's thunderstorming outside and there's birds on the trees. You done? Are you done? Footsteps leading away from my house. And the origin of them came from a seemingly long-off start. I tracked them down up to a point where there was a rusty wire fence covered in snow where they disappeared. Oh my fuck. Oh my fuck. Oh my fuck. Like, oh my fuck. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I will fucking kill you. I swear to God, I'll end your family. Stop. I tracked them down up to a... They disappeared. Okay, I think they flew away. October 2017. It started up again. I was laying in my bed, pitch dark, not a light shining through my room when I heard it. My doorknob turning and my door creaking open. My heart stopped. Every single possibility of what it was, what... Fuck... My heart stopped. Every single possibility of what it was rushing through my mind. Keep in mind, my door is always shut when I go to sleep. Since I was covered by my blanket, my anklet, but also my blanket. Oh. Since I was covered I'm never gonna get through this. I'm just doing 2 stories. This is not gonna work. I can't. When I go to sleep. When I go to sleep, that's what I do. Since I was covered by my blanket, I quickly shot my sister. Since I was covered by my blanket, I quickly shot my sister a text. Did you just come into my room? She replied with a sharp, No, I'm all the way in Hillard. My heart began pumping fast. I slowly snuck my hand under my pillow and grabbed my baton, sent a text to my dad, and waited. My dad came in mere minutes later with a knife, shot on the lights, and I jumped out of bed. Searched the entire house with nothing, alarm set and all the doors locked. Alarm set and all the doors locked. Impossible. There's no way that happened otherwise. My dad and mom were asleep, and a cat would have opened it much faster if it jumped at the doorknob. You best believe I didn't sleep a second that night. Fast forward to December. My relatives in town staying for a week in the basement. We turned on the alarm and all had to sleep. I stayed up gaming. In the morning around 2:30 to 3, estimated since I wasn't sure. Estimated since I wasn't aware that. I'm not even gonna say it. My uncle slowly opened his eyes, with the feeling of being watched. His eyes adjusted to the bit of the darkness before he saw it. A guy, average height, scrawny, hair flowing in the wind and shivering, looking outside their room through the window. My uncle screamed and they grabbed the baby before taking off upstairs. That morning I was informed of what had happened. I looked for footprints and only saw the smallest sign of a footprint. A front toe print made by what I could only assume was a sneaker. My uncle gave me more details without me telling him. I looked for footprints and he said the guy was leaning to the left looking in. The footprint matched his story. The left hand... The left had a thin line of dirt anyone could have shimmered across. Now that leads to tonight. The night I could swear he or whatever it was had been in our house. I couldn't sleep. Life has been stressful lately and I was pretty much all... I couldn't sleep. Life has been stressful lately, and I was up pretty much all night until I tried getting rest. Every night I've been having string Christmas lights. Every night I've had string Christmas lights dimly lit in the room until tonight. I figured the lights must have been interfering with my sleep, so I unplugged them and headed off to sleep. Pillow over my head, I started to drift off until I'm just making noises now. Pillow over my head, I started to drift off until it happened. A quick strum of my guitar and the sound of something falling over with a desperate attempt to stop it from hitting the ground filled the room. This sound ignited my heart rate, saliva developing at a... blah, 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 blah. The sound ignited my heart rate. Saliva developing at an extreme speed made it hard not to swallow. I could feel the presence of someone in my room. Realizing I left my baton on my desk, I did the next logical thing. Pretend I was asleep. I tried and laid there for what felt like hours when in reality was only a few minutes, until I heard a whimper come from my sister's room. Imagining this may be the day everyone in my family was silently murdered but me, I gathered all the courage I had. I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and grabbed my baton. I busted into my sister's room and screamed, "Hey! only to see that they were unharmed. My sister asked what the hell I was doing, and I just stood there, looking into the pitch black of my room, and I cried. I have never in my life felt the overwhelming emotion of believing my family was going to be taken from me until today. I sit here in my chair writing this in hopes to document my experiences and try to come to some logical conclusion. All I can come up with is that there is some guy stalking my family and perhaps sneaking into our rooms at night. If anything else happens, I'll post it to this thread. I'm gonna try to sleep now. What's up, Flag? Yeet Yeet. Pumpkin 1122. It's your boy, Skimmy the Penis. Alright, I don't think I'm doing another one after that, to be honest, because I had a hard time just getting through it, and I can feel I'm losing my voice for some reason. I think it's the music I've been making. So we're just gonna we're just gonna go here. Alrighty then. That was 2. Were you not paying attention? That was 2 stories. I read 2 stories. Alright. Oh boy. I'm gonna give you guys a list of movies that you think I should watch tonight. I'm gonna pick one, and if it's like a trilogy, I'll watch the whole trilogy, but if it's just one movie, I'll just watch the one movie. I'm gonna give you guys a list of movies that I have above me, and you guys will pick. I guess we could do a poll. This will help me so I can figure out what I'm doing after the stream. I think I can make a poll wheel. Wheel image. I think this is it. I think everybody should be able to do this. Create a poll. Alright. Type your question here. What movie trilogy should TDN watch tonight? Enter the poll option. Alright. So I can only do 3 questions? Can I add more? I wish I could add more. I think I want to do the wheel. No. Why? Create a poll. How many? Why can I only do like 3? What movie trilogy should TDN watch tonight? I want to find one with more. Straw poll. Create a poll. There we go. Ah! Okay, I can keep adding them. Okay. What movie / trilogy should TDN watch tonight? Alright, so what do I got up here? I got Twilight Saga. So I guess we'll count that as like the full series. Split. You guys don't put your answers yet. I will send you a link to this in the chat, and you guys will be able to vote, and I'll get to see what it is. We're not going to put that. I honestly don't want to watch that. I know there's one more. I just can't fucking see it. Okay, I guess we'll deal with that. Create poll. Alright. So I'm gonna send this to you guys. It says I'm not create a channel to join the chat. What? I'm already signed in. Alright, looks like I'm going to the actual thing. YouTube. So I'm just gonna pop this in the chat. Give me the chat. Okay. So this is the straw poll. You guys vote. There you go. Give me lay votes. I need help deciding. Is that a car horn? Yeah, I fucking... There's so much noise going on. I'm so mad. It's a good thing I'm not recording. Alright, someone voted Twilight. Come on, everybody, click on a straw poll. Help me out. It just takes 2 seconds. 2 people for Twilight. Ooh. Just takes 2 seconds. Click on the link. Click the answer that you think. Click the movie that you think, or series that you think I should watch. Million Ways to Die in the West. That's a great movie. Now, all these movies I would be more than willing to watch, so it doesn't really matter which one. I just need help choosing. Twilight's probably going to take the cake. There's 3 people, and I have no problem with that. Okay, there's one more person in the stream, and I'm calling you out. Just click on that thing. Just click on one. Any of them. The Divergent series is great. Screw you. These are all great movies, in my opinion. Alright, that looks like that's it. Actually, you know what? I want to ask Twitter too. So we'll extend this. Help me figure out what movie franchise I should watch tonight. Click here to vote on the poll. There we go. Yeet. All right. So we're gonna start editing the video, and we're gonna take a look, maybe in like 20 minutes. I also own the Twilight Saga. Boom. All 5 movies. Bam. I do not own the books because I got into Twilight through the movies, and then I wanted to read the books. I haven't gotten around to it yet. They're big books, and I need a lot of time to read them. And it takes me a while to read because I'm a little bitch. We'll call this one Home Invasion Winter. Alright. So now we can close this bad boy. Alright. And I'll just keep this over here and have this on the side there. We got 4 people for Twilight so far, so a lot of people must like Twilight. You can't own Robert Pattinson. You own me, actually. I watched all of the movies in one sitting. The first time I actually really got. I mean, I think I remember I saw all the movies before, like when they were coming out, just like when they came out like on TV or whatever, like when they were showing on like HBO or something. But I never really got into them. I always thought they were really cringy, or maybe I was just like, I was assuming what everyone else assumed, like that the Twilight movies were garbage, and then I really got into it. Like I just sat down and I watched all of them, and I fell in love with them, and it's easily like some of my favorite movies of all time. And I don't care what anyone says. I love it. I love it. Still a better love story than Twilight. What did I call it? Where it be? What the fuck? I can't. Oh, there it is. I called it Stalker Broomstick. That's why. Yeah, you can attest that to like the first fucking movie maybe, but the last movie has horrific CG. Like it made no sense why they even used most of it. Like the CG baby didn't make sense. The CG face on the girl didn't make sense. I think they wanted to make her look like Bella, but like we've seen movies that they found kids that looked like the people. Like you could have found someone. It's awful. It's still a good movie, but fuck, that CG was awful. I almost skip past it every time because it's horrific. And what fucking bothers me is that the CG in Breaking Dawn Part 1 was so much better, because that thing she had going on, like that anorexic body she had, that malformed body, was CG. I think it was called like skin wrapping or something, and they took her face and just like they took what they thought her bone structure would be and then shrunk it and then wrapped the skin around it to make it look like skin and bone. Ridiculous. Bringing back that fog intro. Because I have no ideas. Would I be a vampire or a werewolf? I feel like I would want to be, like, if we're talking about, like, Twilight vampire, are you saying, like, Twilight vampire or werewolves? Or, like, what other things, like True Blood, Twilight, True Blood, blah, vampire and werewolves, because those are really cool. But if you're talking about Twilight, I would have to say probably vampire if I could get... If I had someone that was like Carlisle and his family to help me through the bloodlust, because I don't want to fucking eat people. You know? I don't want to, like, devour people. I still want to act like a person. You also get to be, like, super strong and super fast. Yeah, you live forever, but, like, then you turn your, like, loved one into one, and then you're together forever. There you go. What? The one in True Blood? Because I'm pretty sure they're both. Dude, Taylor Lautner has some beautiful teeth when he smiles. He used to. He let himself go. To give you some background. Yeah, the Twilight ones are direwolves. Are you sure they're I don't know if they're direwolves, because direwolves just count as huge wolves. They are werewolves though, because they turn into them. I mean, yeah, you're right. The wolves that they have are direwolves because of their size, but they are technically werewolves because they are people who turn into wolves. What's up, Dingleberry? Talking about Twilight. Please don't throw up in your mouth, because I know everybody hates it. And thank you for loving my channel. I love you too. Compromised dire werewolves. Yeah, that works. But you're not wrong. They are direwolves because of, like, their size and the way they look. Those are direwolves. It's just, you know, they are werewolf, direwolves, whatever. You know what I mean? Dude, you should work with Mr. Haunted or Bad Vibes. I want to work with Bad Vibes. I also want to work with Mr. Haunted, but I've been, like, focused on music lately because I kind of lost this, like, motivation. I couldn't think of anything to do for a video, and it was kind of like I didn't want to make a video just to make a video. I wanted to actually enjoy making it, and, like, I want you guys to want to hear it, you know? So I kind of stopped and I pursued like rap music for a little bit, and that worked out, and now I started off my rap music stuff, and that's good, and now I know what I hope I know what I'm doing. I have a lot of things that I want to do. And if this would stop freezing, that'd be fucking awesome. But now that I did that, I am now I'm more motivated than I was before that, so now I'm able to, you know, do this. So I'm gonna probably start rekindling collabs because I wanted Busy to be on a video, and yeah, I have been hanging with Rainer a lot because he has been producing my stuff and helping out and stuff. Another thing is that who have I collabed with? Swamp Dweller, Fear Crawler, which I heard he's done, which really makes me sad, and I'm very happy that I got to work with him before he stopped. Let's see, Swamp Dweller, Fear Crawler, HBN, Horror by Numbers a lot. I'm drawing a blank. Mr. Dark Reads, who doesn't do anything anymore. I don't know where he went. I think he had something happen to him, but I think something happened in his family and he kind of just didn't have time for it anymore. Canny was another one. Fear Crawler. Who are a list of people that you would want to work with? 10 people? I can't think of 10 people. I don't even watch 10 people. I'll give you a few people. I would love to work with Corpse Husband. I would love to work with Mr. Nightmare. If Slumber would stop ghosting me, I would love to work with Slumber because he was supposed to work with me like so long ago, and he never did. But whatever. Bad Vibes, most likely. Mr. Creepypasta probably, because I used to watch a lot of his stuff. I mean, Busy and I are already going to work together, so it's not more like a want. It's just a when that it's going to happen. Dark Somnium. He asked to collab with me, and then he just ghosted me. I was like messaging him. I can't message him on Twitter because he doesn't allow anybody who he's not following to message him, so I can't get a hold of him. And someone told me that he forgets a lot of stuff, so he probably just forgot. To give you some background, I'm generally not easily scammed. Yeah, he just one time popped into the stream, like one of these streams, and he asked if I would like to be on a video. Nothing ever came of it. You should do like a new narrator collab that has guys like Bad Vibes, Mr. Haunted, Nightmare Files, etc. That would be pretty cool. I just have a lot of I have a lot of ideas to do, so it's probably gonna have to be. I said I would do a mega collab with all of the narrators that I worked with and like people I wanted to work with when I hit 1,000 subs. So it'll probably be around that. It'll probably be like at 1,000 or something if I ever get to that. We're close to 800, so thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, all of you. Yeah. Mr. Scarecrow? I don't know who that is. Oh yeah, Gothic. We were supposed to work together at some point, and I don't remember what we were gonna do, but it kind of just fell off the face of the earth. We had talked around the time that I think Gothic was the one who won Nefarious's old mic right before he upgraded to a new one. Which, if you're on a USB mic, if you get another USB mic, doesn't matter how much more expensive it is not an upgrade. All right. Mr. Scarecrow used to be active, but it seemed like he stopped. Last time I saw something, I remember a video of Night for Let's check that poll. Did I close the poll? Shit. No, I didn't. Okay, it's still Twilight and A Billion Ways to Die on the list right now, so. Whoa, 18 notifications. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Yeah. Why aren't you working? Why aren't you working? Come on. Did you break or something? What the fuck? Did the program break? Oh, I understand why. Never mind.
Times. We started getting preemptive. We got one of these motion sensors that played a recorded message when activated. That's completely out and empty. My dad asked my mom whether she messed around with them, since it made me feel safer. There would be this thing, though. I'm going to attribute it to bad dreams. This probably happened 4 to 5 times. My parents woke up one day to find the drawers in my dad's
Okay, I'm almost there.
house and wouldn't stop. I freak out. Honestly, with the alarm system, it was worse. One night I woke up again for no apparent reason. And second later, this piercing...
Piercing.
And second later, this piercing sound rang through the house and wouldn't stop. I freak out, jump out of my bed, and look towards my parents' room. Just then, I see a silhouette of a person sprinting across my doorway. Down the hallway. I freak out, jump out of my bed, and look towards my parents' room. Just then, I see a silhouette of a person sprinting across my doorway. Down the hallway. I come out of my room at the same time my mom comes out of her room and my thing. I'm gonna need a bigger sign. And at that moment, I hear a large
Alright, I'm gonna need to mute my mic, guys. I'm gonna make a sound effect. And then I'll be back. Well, you guys will still hear me. I'm just gonna make a sound effect. I don't want to blow out your eardrums. Okay. That should be good. Okay.
I hear a large from downstairs. I come out of my room at the same time my mom comes out of her room and my grandma comes out of hers. They ask me why I'm making so much noise. I tell them that I'm not, and that I think that there's somebody downstairs. My mom tells me nonsense. It must just be... My mom... My mom freaks the fuck out and...
one thing you gotta realize about the horror community, which is I tell a lot of people, there's so many narrators. So many. And, like, there will be one with, like, I don't know, 100K that I'll never, ever hear about. So there's going to be a chance that you'll say someone and they'll be super prolific in the horror community and I won't know. Not because I'm disconnected, but because, like, there's so many of them. Yeah, the YouTube as a whole is saturated, except especially horror narrators. It's not really a bad thing. It just means, like, there's a lot of people. What do you think it takes for newer channels to thrive? I don't know, because I'm not really thriving either. I mean, I have my audience, but I wouldn't say that's, like, thriving. I say maybe you just gotta keep sticking to what you're doing and show people how passionate you are about it, and, like, be truthful. Like, the days that you don't want to do it, like the days that you just can't get motivated, tell your fans or your audience just that you can't, and they'll understand, like mine do. And just be truthful, you know, keep constantly just do the grind as much as you can, but don't do it until you burn yourself out, because then there'll be periods where you won't upload and then it'll definitely affect your channel. Just be passionate about what you do. Don't do it just to do it. Don't do it just to get big. I know everyone wants to get big. That's just how it works, but don't make it that's the main reason that you want to do it. I do it because I like doing it. I started it because I like doing it, and I love doing it. And I don't know where I'd be without this channel. Mentally, like, it's such a creative outlet for me. So as long as you do what you think you are doing is right, and you're enjoying it, people will start to notice. And the more you do it, the more people will start to notice, and then some, and then some, and then eventually you'll get bigger. Well, if we're talking about those people, there is, from what I've learned, especially with people like Nefarious TV and Horror by Numbers, they grew pretty fast. And the reason for that is they knew people. They know, like Nightmare Files and Stranger Stories, they weren't, like, not well known from the beginning. Like, they caught someone's eye. And I'm not saying that's what they attributed to their success. That attributed to a boost, and they rode that boost and they grind it, because that's what you have to do. You can't just take the boost and then be like, oh, that's it. That's all I'm getting. I'm just gonna keep going and it's gonna be fine. No, you have to work. You'll get the boost. There you go. You deserve that boost. Now you have to earn it. And with people like Nightmare Files and Stranger Stories, they're great. So people who are also great but who are bigger than them noticed that, and they helped them. And that's why they blew up so fast, because of the people they knew. Also, they probably knew how to market their stuff. There's a lot of people on the horror platform, especially like Nefarious TV, who have been in marketing. They know how to get their voice out to people. They know how to get their stuff out to people. They're not just posting links on Twitter. They're not just posting stuff on Facebook. They're finding sites. They're going to Reddit forums. They're finding sites that want to take their content. They're also uploading it on places like Dailymotion. And they're trying to get all their stuff out. Me, I'm just casual. That's probably why I'm going so slow, is because I'm very casual. I just want to do it, and if I get big, whatever, cool, that's awesome. And I also know people, so that I have one of the sides of the thing. So if I had the marketing knowledge, I'd probably also be there too. That's just saying that's probably what's going on. I don't know, but I know that a lot of that what if it has attributed to them being able to get noticed so fast is because big people noticed them first, and then they earned that shout out, you know? Not really more of a shout out, they earned that partnership. They showed people, hey, I know I'm small, but if you give me a chance, I'll work my ass off to keep going. Another thing is that there's a lot of people who will say that, like, no, anybody can do narration, anybody. And that's just someone being nice, I feel like, anyway. And I don't think they're being mean. They're just not telling you the truth. Not everyone can. And that's something that people have to realize, that there's not always a place in that specific area. Maybe somewhere else you would be. But you can't just have your voice. If you edit your voice enough, yes, you can. But just by itself, no. There's a lot of people who don't have the voice. So they go to something else, and then it works out there. But narration is all about audio. And there's a lot of people who don't realize that at first. That you can have all of these crazy effects. You can have all of these animations. You can have all of this stuff that makes your video look good. But if it doesn't sound good, then there's no point. Because a narration, after all, is just you talking. And if people can't understand you, then what the hell is the reason for them even watching your video? If you don't have good audio, you're not going to make it. Even if it's just, it can be tinny, it can be echoey. As long as we can understand you. Like Mortis Media, he does not have the greatest mic in the world. People like Exploring Series does not have the greatest mic in the world. I know he uses a laptop, but I can understand him. And they use what they have, their knowledge, to make the video entertaining anyway. You gotta learn to work with it. You can't just throw stuff at a wall and hope that it sticks.
Few minutes she goes down, and granted, the window is... To give you some background, I'm generally not easily scared. I like to stretch my mind and see how far I can go. Zombie nightmares, no problem. Scary movies, I watch them all. I did notice, however, that
like you can, like with Mortis Media, like you can understand him, you know, and he doesn't put any pictures or videos in his stuff. It's just black screen. So like if he can do it that way, then you can too. You just have to get better audio. Like you just have to make sure your audio is good. Like all you need, a mic and knowledge of how to use Audacity, which can take you 10 minutes on a YouTube video to figure out. And then you know how to make your audio sound good. And then worry about the effects and the pictures and the videos and the music. But that's another thing. People also need to know how important for especially horror narration, how better your narration sounds if you have people like Phlegathon's music or Miu's music, because it cuts out all of like the mouth sounds and all of like excess background noise that you can't get rid of in post-production. It cuts all that shit out. Because normally if I didn't have music, you would hear like and like all my mouth sounds, or like some type of random background noise that I can't get rid of because it just happened in the middle of the narration. Like with mine, I had birds on. I can't usually figure out how to get rid of that regardless. Birds on, right? No, I didn't turn my birds on. There's birds on in the back. God damn it. I keep saying birds on. There's birds chirping in the background. And I had a fan on. It was raining. And I still managed to cut all the noise out of my thing. Trying to. It's hard.
It all started over a
I'm probably going to get like a winter thing for this. Pretty sure I used that one already. I can use this one and just loop it. That's probably what I'll do. Unless it actually comes into focus later on in the video, but I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Can you please collab with all the channels Vidith was he was talking about? Another thing is that it's not easy to make a collab happen. There's a lot of variables. Where's the location of the person that you're talking about? Are they in England, which would be hard for someone who's in the US, so it's hard to time that type of stuff. It's also hard for, if you're both narrators, hard to find the time to actually schedule a right moment to do a collab. If you're already most narrators have stuff already ready to go, so you won't have a collab ready for another month because you already have a month worth of videos under your belt. So it's a lot harder than it looks to collab, because there's so many things, and then you have to find the theme of the video and like the stories that you want to send to someone. That you got to get the permissions for the stories. It's a lot. It's a long process. All of those channels, I don't know. I don't know how they operate. I don't know how they do things. I don't know if they have stuff like backed up, because I remember with Slumber Reads, he does a lot of stuff that's just prepared. Same thing with Swamp Dweller. Same thing with Vidith does a lot of prepared stuff that he just has, and then he puts it out later. No, it's fine. I just need you to understand that a lot of the things that you ask is not very easy.
anything else happens, I'll post it to the until today.
Okay, now I have to add a crossfade between all of these clips. Should be hard.
Noises outside. Sounds of leaves crunching under a person's steps. I believed it.
Oh, I did put a crossfade, that's why. Why isn't it working?
A person's steps.
What the hell?
A person's steps.
No. Why isn't it working? It's like clipping so hard. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with that, I guess.
I remember
Like, it seamlessly does it with those, but for some reason it doesn't with the other ones. How am I doing? How am I right? How are you doing, Vid? P good, that's good. So about like, I don't know. Video is almost done. Hello? Oh. I gotta eat dinner. I don't know what I'm gonna have.
started over a year ago. Living in
Alright, video should be done.
my dad came in mere minutes later with
What do you think about Mr. Nightmare? It seems like he's not even part of the horror narration community. Well, considering that Mr. Nightmare is the biggest horror narrator on YouTube, he can't exactly stay connected. And he also has a lot of stuff going on from what I remember. And I think that's what attributed to it. He's just way too big. And he probably just doesn't want to be, you know? Not everybody wants to be lively in a community. They just want to do what they want to make videos and then that's it. But he's such a secretive dude. So like, I don't know. I love Mr. Nightmare. Corpse Husband and Mr. Nightmare were the reason I started this channel, and I still watch them all the time. I mean, Mr. Nightmare more than Corpse Husband, but you know. He occasionally gets on Twitter. I'm sure he talks to people, just not like publicly. He's still a big part of this community, just not, you know, physically. Like a lot of people get into this community, get into this stuff because of him. So he says he's spiritually in this community, you know. That's hard. Canny, I think Canny would definitely be up there. Sorry, Southern Cannibal. Um, Swamp, Swamp will probably be up there. Slumber would definitely be up there. Vidith. It would take years for all of them because of just how long it takes to you to get that point. But I would definitely see them getting up there. I don't think this would ever happen. I hope myself. That would be cool. Um, yeah. Dark Somnium. Darkness Prevails will probably get up there as well because he's already pretty huge. All right. I don't know. Alright guys, well that's gonna be the end of this stream. I'm gonna eat dinner, make a thumbnail, and then upload the video for you guys, which should be around like 9:30, 10 o'clock EST. Actually, let's check to see if the poll changed at all. Nope. Okay, Twilight it is. Like Mr. Haunted could be better if he fixed his audio. He could just not be able to afford a good mic. Alright guys, you guys take care, and I will see you guys in tonight's video. See you later.